When I bought my dream $3 million retirement farm, I imagined peaceful mornings, quiet sunsets, and a retirement far from the noise of the world. What I didn't imagine was my brother-in-law showing up with his entire freeloading crowd, treating my land like a public campground. They thought I was too old, too gentle, too tired to fight back. But they were about to learn exactly whose farm they stepped on. My name is Jonathan Hale, and after 40 years of hard work and construction, I wanted nothing more than peace. No traffic, no city noise, no constant demands. Just a quiet life with my wife Ella on a beautiful piece of land. So when we bought a 3,000 million, 40-acre farm in Montana, it felt like a dream fulfilled. White farmhouse, red barn, rolling hills, a lake that glowed like gold at sunset. Everything I had worked for. For the first week, life felt perfect. And then my wife's brother, Ray, called. Ray was trouble from the day I met him. Always broke, always loud, always blaming the world for his failures. He had a group of friends I called the Pack, because they moved everywhere together, jobless and aimless. When he heard about the farm, he said, "Bro, we're thinking of visiting. You got space, right?" I answered firmly, "We want peace out here, Ray." But Ella looked at me with soft eyes. Their family, John, let them come for a few days. Against my better judgment, I agreed. 3 days later, I realized what a mistake that was. Ray didn't arrive with one suitcase. He arrived with 9 people, 2 dogs, 4 coolers, 3 tents, and a rust bucket camper trailer that roared like a dying cow. They spread across my property like they owned it. One of them shouted, "This place is awesome! We're gonna hang out here all summer!" Summer, they had already decided their timeline. Ray slapped my back. "You won't even notice us?"
John, I stared at him.
I agreed to a couple of days, not half the year. He grinned. "You got 40 acres, don't be selfish." That word stung. Coming from him, it felt like a slap. Within days, my peaceful farm turned into a circus. His friends blasted music at sunrise. They tore through my fields with ATVs. One broke a fruit tree branch by hanging a hammock. 2 dogs chased my chickens. People I'd never met walked into my shed like it was a store, taking tools without asking. I tried talking to Ella.
"This is too much,"
I said. She sighed. "They just want to have fun. They don't get places like this." "That's because they don't work for places like this," I answered. But she didn't want to fight with her brother. The final straw came one morning when I found 2 strangers, not even from Ray's original group, skinny, dipping in my lake. I lost it.
"Get out of there! This is private property!"
They laughed. Ray strolled over, sipping one of my beers. "You're acting old, John."
"Chill." I stepped closer.
"This is my home. All of you. Gone tonight." His smirk vanished. "You can't make us leave. Ella said we could stay. And half this farm is hers, remember." He was right. Legally, the property was shared. And he was using my wife's kindness like a weapon. Something inside me hardened. I had been patient enough. These weren't guests anymore. They were squatters. And I was done. I may be retired, but I didn't survive 40 years in construction without becoming resourceful. So I planned a surprise, one they would never forget. First, I called Rob, a longtime friend who worked as a county inspector. I told him Ray's trailer was illegally parked and that people were dumping waste into the lake. Then I called animal control about the unlicensed dogs running loose. Then I called the sheriff and reported uninvited occupants refusing to leave private property. But my best move came last. All their tents and camping gear were set up in the north field, the same field I had recently sprayed with a potent natural fertilizer. Safe for crops, but not for people with sensitive skin. And Ray's group wasn't exactly known for showering. I didn't warn them. The next morning, I woke up to chaos, screaming, sniffling, people scratching themselves raw. Ray came running toward me, swollen and red. What happened? I shrugged casually. That field was treated. Didn't think anyone would camp there. Before Ray could explode, 3 vehicles rolled up: the sheriff, the county inspector, animal control. Ray's jaw dropped. The inspector fined him for illegal camping and waste dumping. Animal control took the dogs, and the sheriff ordered the entire group off my land since I was the primary property owner. Ray sputtered.
This isn't fair.
No, I said calmly. What you did wasn't fair. They left in a hurry, itchy, embarrassed, and furious. Ray looked at Ella, hoping for support, but she shook her head. You embarrassed me, she said softly. That cut him deeper than anything I said. They drove off, kicking up dust and taking the chaos with them. The silence afterward felt like medicine. Pure, clean, peaceful silence. Ella apologized over and over. Not because she agreed with them, but because she didn't stop them sooner. Together we repaired the damage, cleaned the lake, replanted the soil, and slowly the farm healed, and so did we. At sunset, we sat on the porch, holding hands, watching the fields glow. I worked my entire life for peace, and I wasn't about to let anyone steal it. Not family, not strangers, not anyone.